Hey guys, I'm back and we are playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Today we're going to be doing a couple drop stream. We're going to be checking out a free item, but you're going to have to put in a little bit of time and effort to get this little reward for yourself. Yeah, what am I talking about? Let's go ahead and see. The Walking Dead Fear the Living operation event, however you want to call it. It's an XP event or operation. And yeah, you just play the game, enjoy, whether it's multiplayer, zombies, or Warzone. All those games contribute XP towards the track of rewards. And yeah, there's a few rewards here, all small stuff, leading up to the big item, which is what we're going to be checking out in this stream. It's a universal camo. So yeah, like I said, play whatever mode you want, earn XP, and slowly unlock these rewards. And eventually you will get the Barbed and Dangerous universal camo. The total XP required is 293,750 XP. And once you earn that, you would have not only unlocked all the smaller rewards, you'll unlock this universal camo. Just play the game, enjoy. Maybe if you got double XP tokens, utilize that. And that does help towards progressing the track. Also, there is a bundle tied to this, the Michonne Walking Dead bundle. If you equip the operator after purchasing the bundle, you will get bonus XP per match, which might help, but is not required for this particular reward set. You can do this without buying the bundle. You still have access to it. It is a limited time event, so you do want to get this completed before the event ends. Otherwise, you will most likely miss your opportunity to unlock the reward. 4 days and a few hours and change as of recording the stream. Once you complete the grind and earn all the XP, you will unlock the Barbed and Dangerous universal camo. This is the camo. This is just a static image, but the camo is also static. There's no animation to it or anything like that. So it's a pretty fair representation of what you'll get. But let's also take a peek at it on a weapon. When you unlock the camo, go to the events tab and it'll be sitting there waiting for you. Barbed and Dangerous. And yeah, this is what it looks like. Like I said, no crazy animation or anything, but there are nice touches to it that I've noticed. I've been playing with it a little bit earlier. It's a bit of a second take. If you look at like the rubber sections and all, it has like the printing of like the barbed wire, which is kind of like a little nice touch. It's a little harder to see on this particular blueprint. But when we check out some of the other, this particular weapon, but once we check out some of the other weapons that have a little more rubber and maybe the magazines and stuff like that, it's like the secondary portion of the camo is what I'm talking about. Yeah. So small touches that are nice, that make it better than just a base kind of camo. But it is pretty simple. To be fair, it's not a whole load of XP required to unlock it. So I think it's a fair reward for the grind required, that's for sure. And yeah, I do appreciate the XP requirement for this particular event. I feel it is more in line with everyone potentially being able to play the game and earn the reward. I think even if you have work and you play only on the weekends, or if you just put in a little bit of time after work during the weekdays, you'll probably gain enough XP to unlock this over the course of the event timing, which was about a week. Now, with the universal camo streams, I like to play with different weapon types in various maps. No particular order on the weapons, but yeah, assault rifle we'll be using the MTZ-556, battle rifle the MTZ-762, SMGs the WSP Swarm, shotguns the Haymaker, LMGs the Holger 26, marksman rifle is the KVD Enforcer, sniper rifle is the XRK Stalker, Handgun, we'll be using the Core 45. And melee weapons will run around with the dual Kodachis tentatively. So yeah, that's the plan. After the match with the said weapon, I will do the weapon preview for that. So if you're specifically looking for a specific weapon gameplay or weapon preview, timestamps will be in the description once the stream goes into the archives. Yeah, I do like the camo. I do like it. And I think like at first when I used it, like in the beginning, like I said, this is a bit of a take two, so I've had a little time playing with it. And the more I've played with it, the more I'm liking it. There's small elements to it that kind of I appreciate. We'll save that kind of discussion for the end. But yeah, it's not a bad camo. And like I said, event grind is not awful. I think this is this required XP grind for this particular event is more in line with everyone's kind of like, you know, potential time in the game. Like I think everyone will have access to earning this reward if you put in that time. Vishesh, don't bother, please. That wasn't the person that went there. Uy. No, that was bad. How, man? How did they survive that, man? Fuck off. At least this time I'm hitting my shots, man. It's on time. Why are you guys looking at me like that? Well, sorry, pish pish. I'm gonna go give my cats their food, even though it's early. Lenny. Dude, this map again? Are you kidding? Dude, what the hell? And what should we go with? Let's do... I'm not even playing this one. 120. I don't want to waste my time on it. Like, map, repeat map, and 120 ping. We'll search again. Like, dude, honestly, I genuinely think a big misstep with this game was the time to kill. And it's not that I don't like the time to kill. I just don't think the old Modern Warfare 2 maps, most of them don't play well with this longer time to kill. Like, it just doesn't. It gets way too heavy on the, like, hard-hitting weapons. And... like the Marksman rifle or the sniper or something like that. And everything else kind of falls aside, like where it doesn't really hold up. I'm telling you, back in the day, that underpass, dude, jeez, 144 ping on this one. That's even worse. And it's also massive. Like, even Shoothouse actually doesn't play that great, man. I mean, the one thing I'll give Shoothouse with this longer time to kill, like, thing is, like, at least people are moving around a tad bit more. It used to be super campy, which made it, like, hilarious because everyone was going for that sniper nonsense on it, right? So it was easy kills. At least now, like, people move around a little bit more. But just generally the old maps like Underpass, Terminal, all of them, dude. Wasteland, Derail. They all don't play well with this like longer time to kill. But the joke is all the new maps, they play extremely well with the longer time to kill. So like the new maps that have been coming in, they've been really good for the way the game plays. It's just like all the remakes is like, dude. Like, in all honesty, like Sledgehammer, if they had made this game their own and just made all new maps, I think it would have been even more brilliant than it already is. I think the remakes and all, like, it should have just been added during the Modern Warfare 2, like, I mean, Modern Warfare 2 life. Then they would have had actually a decent amount of maps to like give each season, and it would have played well on that like that time to kill kind of gameplay. The fact that they held off on it and then like made this whole like other game and all, and it didn't make sense and didn't work out as well and all, it's unfortunate. Are you kidding? What the fuck? Dude, this guy is pissed. Fuck. He's been my only kill. Thank you so much. No. Yeah, you got me. Oh, thank you, teammate. That would not have gone well for me. Ah. Uy. Fuck mosquito drones, man. No. Oh no. Get me out of here.
30 seconds remain. We've secured the field. Mission accomplished. Kill confirmed. Neutralize hostiles. Grab their tags to win. Simple enough.
I clicked, man. Dude, how did I miss that, man? The shit.
Moving here. We've lost the lead. Destroy the target. Marking enemy. We've secured the lead.
With you,
Yeah, I might back out of this, dude. Fucking, this map, man, is just so ass, dude.
Friendly Mosquito active. Confirmed that one. We've taken the lead. Friendly care package on the way. Moving here. Friendly UAV on station.
Changing mags.
Fucking teammate.
Moving here. Hostiles deployed a Mosquito. Mission time is half over. Maintain the lead.
Dude, can I hit anything?
Friendly precision airstrike inbound.
Contact in this area. Switching mags.
Destroy the target. Hostile Mosquito is online. Friendly Mosquito deployed.
Fight better.
Dude, I can't hit anything, man.
Moving here.
Friendly care package in the AO. Friendly counter UAV is online. Hostile UAV in the area.
We can't fucking hit anything.
Moving here. Cancel that. Moving here.
Friendly UAV online. Final minute. Seconds left. Friendly missile inbound.
God. I did nothing that whole game.
Mission's complete. Good
Fuck. Look at the tags collected this whole game also. Why is this even a thing, dude? I should have just backed out the minute I saw it was Wasteland, dude. I thought I'd snipe on it, but that did not fucking work out at all. How? How did he beat me on that gunfight?
He's taking the lead.
It's been looted. Cancel that.
Enemy UAV active.
It's been looted.
Hostile UAV in the area.
How, man?
Friendly mosquito active.
Move, man. Are you fucking kidding?
Hostile mosquito is online. Friendly mosquito deployed. Hostile deployed a mosquito. Mosquito is online. SAE on the way. Friendly
Making effective fire. Reloading.
fight back. Friendly UAV on station.
Hey. How am I not getting all the kills there, man? I've been meaning to try out the like aftermarket part, but I didn't want to cheese it. I mean, it is already sort of cheese, man. These guys are playing pretty pathetic, dude. Fucking hiding in the corner with that trophy system. The whole game, there was that one dude that just hid there, like behind.
Kill confirmed. Eliminate all hostiles in the area. Grab their tag.
What the? I didn't see the dude who was shooting me, man.
Moving here.
Friendly UAV on station. We have taken the lead.
That time to kill didn't seem right.
Friendly UAV online.
That guy is not moving normal and like in a laggy way.
Standing by.
Copy that. UAV is on station.
Hostiles deploy the mosquito. Friendly UAV online. We've lost the lead. Enemy UAV active.
UAV is being refueled. RTB at this time.
We've secured the lead.
I
Friendly UAV on station. Setup complete. Stay sharp.
Tito, don't go there. Don't go there. Tito, fuck me, man. You fucking distracted me, you little shit.
Confirm that one.
Counter UAV exiting the AO.
Moving here.
No. No. No, I should have got that kill, man. That was bad on my part. I tell you, the fucking call in the UAV thing is such ass. Fucking takes you out of the whole game, man.
Friendly UAV online. We are gaining ground. Do not give it back. Friendly UAV on station. Nice run. Watch your six.
Yeah, I shouldn't have pushed that.
We have secured the field. Mission accomplished.
Hey, Chichu. I might back out of this. The connection's ass, but so I don't want to back out because it's a waste of time.
Securing objective Charlie. Domination. Charlie secure. We have taken the lead. Enemy securing Bravo. We're taking Bravo. Securing objective Alpha. We control Bravo. Enemy taking Bravo.
I'm just backing out, dude. Fuck it, this connection's stupid. I really wish, like, I hate saying this, but I wish there was legal action you could take against a game company that's constantly forcing you into these higher ping lobbies when clearly they shouldn't be. Like, that shouldn't be legal. I feel like that's like, especially for a game you're paying cash for, dude. Fuck off, man. I mean, I know there's no legal action. There's nothing you can do about it. They're all within their right to do that shit. But why would they even think anyone wants to play that shit, dude? Why?
Team deathmatch. You're clear to engage any and all hostiles in the AO. Here's the lead. Taking the lead. Friendly UAV on station.
It's in that corner.
Changing max.
Friendly mosquito active.
46. Moving here.
Hostile UAV in the area. Hostiles deploying mosquito. Hostile mosquito is online.
Gotcha 6. Throwing grenade.
This map sucks, man, in this game, dude. Yeah, I'm also gonna change one thing. No, yes, I am gonna change one thing. Tito, move, man.
Team deathmatch. Engage and destroy the enemy. All of them. We've secured the lead. The enemy's taken the lead.
Grenade. Tossing stun.
We have taken the lead.
Target covered. Changing mag.
Hostile cluster mine active.
Target covered. Loading.
Hostile SAE incoming.
Are you fucking kidding? That teammate who was doing shit all that whole game.
UAV signal lost. It's down.
Enemy tactical equipment here.
Enemy UAV active. You're halfway to mission complete. Area. Friendly UAV online. We've lost the lead. Hostile cluster mine detected. The enemy holds the lead. Clock ticking. Near your position. Hostile mosquito is online. We've secured the lead. The enemy's taking the lead. The lead.
Hey.
Counter UAV around copy. UAV orbiting the AO. Recon is online. UAV destroyed.
shit. Oh, alright, let's go.
The mission is complete. Good work.
Enemy teammate like threw hard. 6 for 31. What the hell? That was such a close game too. He really threw. Yeah, I'm not playing this, dude. Let's see if it gets voted out, but I'm gonna back out. Handgun on this map's gonna be annoying. It'll be too like long range gunfights. Yes. Doesn't look like, yeah, it doesn't look like it's getting voted out. That's too longer range. I don't want it like ultra close, but I don't want it like super long range gunfights either for handgun. I've been meaning to play around with my handgun build, dude. I want to try out some of the triggers. Triggers are supposed to be pretty good on the Core 45, and I haven't really used any of them. God, this is even worse. I'm not playing this one either. Yeah, maybe we'll do the melee weapon first. Yeah. Let's do the handgun on this map, it's fine. Whatever. This guy, man, what a fucking dork. Dude, how is this fucking trophy system everywhere, man?
Friendly UAV on station. Getting hit hard.
Oh my god, are you kidding?
We've secured the lead.
How did that?
Hostile UAV in the area.
Are you?
Copy. UAV orbiting the area.
How did that not hit him? No, Jesus, I got stun locked, dude. Why do people play like this, dude? It's fucking pathetic, dude.
Hostile UAV in the area. We've taken the lead. Cap over. Maintain the lead. We've secured the lead. Friendly mosquito deployed. Mosquito active. Hostile care package deployed.
No, fuck, I threw that game, dude. Shit.
Failed. Return to base.
The dual Kadachis are so slow, dude. I actually don't really like the coverage on the dual Kodachis. Like, it looks bad. Like, especially with the, like, writing that goes on the, like, the blade. And then, like, it just doesn't look good. But I was like, oh, let's just go with it since, like, they try to push this nonsense as Michonne's weapon. She uses, like, a katana, dude. She doesn't use these Kodachis. Like, it's actually, like, off-putting that they, like, did that to, like, Michonne. They put this nonsense as her blade. Especially knowing the fact that a, like, knife, is, like, a sword is coming to the game mid-season as a weapon. It should have been a samurai sword, like a katana. It should never have been this nonsense. It doesn't really look that great on the riot shield, in my opinion, either, the camo. And, like, I prefer the previous event camo. Like, that was, like, a way better riot shield camo than this one. God, this preview is so stupid. Let's go with the RGL. Oh, you know what? Instead of the RGL, let's actually go with the RPG. That could be fun. Honestly, I don't think the camo looked that good on it, but yeah, whatever. I think more fitting for The Walking Dead, right? The Walking Dead Fear the Living, Barbed and Dangerous Universal Camo, played with. As always, let's go through this previews one last time while I talk about what I think of it. So, you know, initially when I saw this camo, like in the previews, like when people were like kind of leaking it, I was like, why didn't they go metal, like a metallic, like silver for the barbed wire and stuff like that? But now that I've seen it, I actually kind of like the white barbed wire. I think it contrasts the like muddy, bloody kind of like background that it's behind. It's actually like a good contrast to like what's going on in the background. And there are little blood stains and stuff like that, which is a nice little touch. I think they could have gone a little bit more vibrant with the bloodstains because it sort of blends in a little too much with it. But I mean, that's like, I think, artistic choice, possibly more so than a mistake. Like they chose to go that route. So it's not a horrible thing. I just think maybe they could have gone. It is nice though. Like I do like the fact that there is these little like old dried up blood stains and all over, right? It's kind of cool. This is kind of where like I noticed a really cool thing about this camo is like the secondary portion is on like you see on the drum, right? It looks like usually like when you have like an imprint on like a rubber or something, you have that kind of like smooth finish to it, and it's kind of like reflects, like it's a reflective. That's what like it looks like it's going for on it. Like see, you can see how it reflects the light, right? Both on the grip and on the drum. And I know the drum's not supposed to be rubber or anything, but it's still got that effect, right? Where it feels like it's an imprint and reflective. Now, the reason I actually really like this is because when the light hits it, it gets that kind of like white look to it, right? So it gives that look like the light is the coloring in the barbed wire almost. Again, I don't know if that was purposeful, but it's a really cool touch in my opinion. Like I almost want them to go hard with it. Like make the light ultra reflective on it, right? Like super reflective, and you know, maybe go like full on with that. But I really do like the like kind of like base, like the main portion of the camo, like the muddy, bloody background on the white barbed wire. So it's kind of an interesting like touch that I felt like adds even more value to the camo. I do like it. Yeah, the more I saw it, you know, like in game and like when I was looking at the previews, when we were doing the previews for like the shotgun and stuff like that, right? It looks so good the way the light would reflect off it. And it just made me like it more and more. Even though it's probably, I don't even know if it was purposeful that they did that. Like, I'm sure they purposely did the like kind of imprint on it. And I'm sure they purposely did that reflective thing. But the way the reflections work on it and it makes it look like the barbed wire on like the main camo, like the main portion of the camo, it's so cool. I like that. God, my sniper game today was rubbish, but what to do? Yeah, generally I like the camo. It's really cool. I honestly thought I wouldn't. I thought I'd have more to criticize, but the more I've used it, the more I like it. I just do. It's kind of cool. Like the other thing I like about it is even though this is like a base, like even though it's kind of like nothing super special, there's no reflective like metallic anything, there's no animation, there's no like reaction or whatever the hell, right? I think just having the way it looks, like the barbed wire with the background and all, it doesn't look like one of the base like camos, right? Even though it's just basic. It has kind of like that unique look to it that is fitting for the event. Like some of these camos, like say something like this, right? This could have been like a normal camo, right? It could have been just a base, one of the base camos. It was one of my big criticisms for the Crimson Worm, right? This could have been one of the Dragon camos. There's nothing super unique that makes it stand out against the others. Whereas this one, like, I'm sure they can do base camos similar to this, right? But they didn't. And so it has that kind of unique look to it that adds that kind of event feel to it, and it ties well into the like Walking Dead event. You know, it does. I mean, like, it didn't work out so well on this melee weapon. But like I said, for the most part, I do like it on most of the weapons, like the way it looked. I do. Yeah, it's odd, like I said, there's nothing majorly like special about this design that, you know, like there's no like I'm saying, there's no animation, there's no like metallic this, there's nothing like that, right? There's no glow in the dark. But it's still cool. It's still cool. I like it. It's kind of like I do like it. Like I said, it's kind of like different from the base camos enough, and it is a very cool, like, the color palette is really nice. I do actually 1 minute. Zoom in on. Let's zoom in on a different weapon. Let's zoom in on maybe the RPG, since that's the last one. Yeah, just that clean white barbed wire, right? It's not trying to be barbed wire. It is trying to be like like it is trying to be like almost like a comic strip like thing, right? Like the kind of sketch to it, right? That's what it's trying to be. Like, it feels like the barbed wire, right? It gives that comic feel to it, right? More so. Again, I don't know if they did that purposefully or not. It just, the way it comes off. Like, I think if they had gone like metallic with it, like silver metallic, then you wouldn't get that kind of comic feel to it. But going the white, clean white, but it's rough around the edges the way it's designed with like breaks and lines and stuff like that. I like it. I like it. Like I said, it's got that comic feel, and then the background's got that like grittiness that you'd expect from like a Walking Dead kind of like design, I guess, right? One small thing, and I appreciate that they didn't go hard with it, but one thing that I might have been kind of like interested to see is maybe somewhere on the barbed wire, right? Like, I'm glad they didn't plaster like some logo like they did with the boys event, right? That was kind of disgusting. But it'd be kind of interesting if there was like a small signature somewhere in the barbed wire, like just a small signature, either the artist's signature or maybe even just saying The Walking Dead, but not enough to like be plastered all over the like camo. Just almost a Easter egg signature somewhere like small, and it's there, right? That would have been cool. But like, I mean, that's not like, I think that's just more of like a fun thing that they could have done, but like it doesn't hurt the camo in any way that they didn't. And definitely glad they didn't plaster something like that. Like, I'm glad like the barbed wire isn't just covered with like The Walking Dead, The Fear the Living. I mean, that would have been ruined it. But maybe a small little Easter egg corner where it's got like some signature on it or something. It would have been fun. But yeah, I like it. I really do wish they sort of went a little harder though with the reflective section of it. Like, I mean, I know it's unrealistic to have it ultra like reflective, I guess. And like the subtlety of it is what's valuable, I guess, more so. But it's cool. I do like that also. It's a good balance, actually. Like I say, I want them to go harder with it, but I really do like both secondary and primary portion of the camo. It's both are like really nice. So yeah, fear the Walking Dead, fear the living. Or is that what it is? I don't even know. Yeah, Walking Dead, the Walking Dead, fear the living. Event camo checked out. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. And I mentioned this in the beginning of the stream, but I do appreciate the fact that they didn't go like crazy with the XP requirement. I think if they went like 500,000 and all, it would have just caused even more burnout for me. And I just been like, I'm already struggling to like, get the motivation to play this game simply because I'm feeling burnt out in so many different ways and for so many different reasons. And they just seem to be compounding. Yeah, the fact that it's like, dude, please, just if you're doing these XP grinds, just keep it this much. That's it. Please don't go more than that. It's a good amount. I think normal people who don't play the game daily like have access to this event and will feel motivated at least to grind out that much. The minute you go more than that and all, it starts feeling like, man, if I have work or something, there's no way I want to do that. And for me, someone who wants to like earn this stuff, but like don't want to play the game that much, like, dude, I don't want to put that much time into it, right? I think they definitely gate kept a few of those other XP camos simply because it was just too high for most people to like go for. This was significantly more reasonable. And if you have those XP tokens, good for you. You can make a little faster progress. If you got some challenges to complete and stuff, that also helps make that progress. So I think it's something that like people will like go for, and they should, because even though it looks so basic, like I said, man, there is very coolness. Like it is cool. It is a cool fucking camo. The more I use it, the more I like it. The more I look into it, the more I see it, the more I appreciate it. And I think you'll be missing out if you just kind of glance at it and like, overlook the value to it. Like I think that's the cooler camos in this game have depth to it, even though like they might be overlooked at first, right? Like you look at this and like I said, for me it's like, man, they could have done so much more with it. Why didn't they do this and all that? But now the more I look at it and all, the more I understand. Like I said, the barbed wire being white and all, it kind of is an homage almost to the comic, right? Which is cool. And I think that would have been lost had they gone some other route with it as far as color palette goes. The background being gritty and old blood stains and all definitely like, speak true to the Walking Dead kind of environment and the time that it has kind of worn that, setting or whatever. Yeah, so generally I like it, and I think it is worth it. Small thing I want to talk about though, like aside that, it was this camo that got me thinking about this, and I talked about it significantly more in detail during the Bruin LMG Master of Mastery stream. So I definitely recommend, if this is a topic that interests you, I would recommend checking that out. But I kind of I've been thinking about like, one of my main requests for recent universal camos is to go more three-dimensional with it, right? And I'm like, man, why can't they go more three-dimensional? Why can't they go more three-dimensional with it? And I've thought about it, and I'm thinking maybe they don't have like the kind of infrastructure as far as the like game code goes to put something like that in, right? And my suggestion was like, for future titles, they should consider creating like, when they're creating their weapon models and other models and all. This can apply beyond weapon models, but I'm gonna just stick to weapon models for this particular like explanation. But when they create these weapon models, they should create like an outer bubble around the weapon models. And that, so it's just there, right? An invisible bubble that the coders can potentially put three-dimensional objects into that bubble, and it can just kind of fit in quickly into that bubble, right? And what I talked about it being potentially a smart bubble, right? And that way, when you put like a three-dimensional object, say something like barbed wire, right, to wrap around your weapon blueprint, right? It should be smart to know, like, okay, when the operator holds the weapon, this is where the hand goes. When the operator is looking through the optic, this is how the optic looks and the line of sight that he has. So it avoids things like obstructions or potential clipping. You know, like if you put a barbed wire wrap around this weapon, right, like a three-dimensional barbed wire wrap around the weapon, when the operator puts his hand on that barbed wire, it is very likely like the barbs and the wire potentially could be clipping into his hand, right? And it makes very little sense. Why would you put like sharp barbed wire where your hand is going to go? And the same applies to like the optic. Why would you put barbs in front of your optic, which will potentially block your line of sight, right? So having this bubble, it potentially knows these things, right? Very quickly. And you'd be like, yeah, but the game code should know that, right? But the thing about like COD is there's so many different attachments, right? So many different grips, so many different optics, so many like stocks, different stocks. So where the like stock would lean on your arm and all that, like all of these things like are so many different variables. So like I was thinking about it, I'm like, man, it would be quite the task to put something like a barbed wire, universal barbed wire wrap. Now, I'm not talking about something like a blueprint. I'm talking about having a universal three-dimensional object that you can wrap around your weapon or other things like that, right? It would be very complex to code that in, and it would be very like labor intensive to have someone going through each weapon and making sure, and each variant of weapon and each attachment to make sure like the barbed wire or whatever like three-dimensional object you're wrapping around your weapon fits, so it's not looking weird and not clipping into the enemies and not being placed in weird spots where the hand would be, or being placed in a weird spot where the optic is, right? So that's why you get a lot of these more kind of intricate blueprints with like three-dimensional stuff, but you never see that as a universal like wrap, right? Because it would become very time consuming to put that in. So my suggestion was create a smart bubble around the weapon so it understands that, right? And I was thinking about it. I'm like, what does that mean, a smart bubble, right? And it hit me real hard, like, because it's very controversial, but like AI technology right now is kind of controversial, right? How it's being utilized and where and for what purposes, right? But I was thinking about it. I'm like, here is a situation where if they had implemented AI technology in an interesting way, right? Where it's not necessary, like this is like doing that labor intensive, like working for like, if you wanted to create a universal wrap, three-dimensional wrap for weaponry, right? It would be too labor intensive for normal people to do, and it would be extremely costly, which is why more than likely they don't want to do that stuff, right? Here is a good situation where if you created an AI, like I said, smart bubble around the weapon, you could potentially utilize that AI technology in game, right? And have it saved. So when players put those 3D wraps on it, it isn't necessarily creating the 3D wraps. That is still left for the designers and the creative people to create those 3D wraps. But what the AI technology could be utilized in this situation is to potentially resize the objects and like certain aspects, like I said, the barb shouldn't be like where the hand goes or in front of the optics and all, right? It can do those adjustments on the fly very quickly, and you still can have that like massive like gunsmith that you have, right? So you can have these different optics, you can have these different grips, and the hand positions can change based on the grips, right? But by utilizing that smart bubble that knows, okay, with these attachments, the hand's going here, the optic looks like this, it's a scope optic, so you can have things here, but you can't have things here, or it's a red dot, you can have things here, you can have things here, right? Or the stock, this, that, and the other, right? So it can potentially adjust those three-dimensional objects on the fly based on the way you're building your weapon. And now you're utilizing AI technology that isn't necessarily removing a real job, but is kind of bettering the like microtransaction potential, or like the that whether it's paid for or free like items, it doesn't matter. That's not the point. I'm not going for that specific thing. But now you can start like letting the like animators and all, maybe they create the like object on a single bubble weapon, right? And then because you've coded in the bubble to have that AI technology, and you've kind of like made sure ahead of time to like implement the bubble around weapons and stuff, and you've like like it knows now, right, where these things are, because you've put that like forethought when you created this system, right? It would be very interesting, I think. Like I said, I'm not talking about an AI technology creating blueprints, right? I'm talking about an AI technology like the smart bubble, utilizing creative concepts like barbed wire or a snake or other things like that, right? Or a rope, or some fun stuff that you can wrap around a weapon to give a little more three-dimensional fun aspect to it, right? And using that AI technology to like resize and fit it on any weapon quickly on the fly based on how you're building it without messing up things too much. I'm sure there'll be times where, you know, you need to make adjustments to the bubble and where things are going and stuff like that, right? But having that kind of like structure and system already in the game will allow for better microtransactions, like I said, for customers, because it becomes universal like items. And I don't know, I just saw the like value to it. And in this case, I'm like, okay, this is not kind of this. I think this is like the interesting aspect of AI technology more than like it replacing real life jobs. I think it's more important to see how you can utilize AI technology to do jobs that normally you wouldn't even have access to, because it is too much for a normal person, and it becomes too costly, right? So like I'm saying, we're at the moment, if they had to hire humans to do like that kind of coding and individual kind of like resizing for each weapon and stuff, it'd be insanely expensive. So they're not even bothering doing it, right? This is the kind of spot where AI technology could actually be beneficial. It's like, okay, this is something that they wouldn't bother doing because it's just too much, right? And too costly. But if the AI came in and did these specific things, right, it would actually open up potential for, like I said, universal digital content that can be like applied to all your weaponry, which is extremely beneficial to the like players, because you're not being locked down to just a single weapon. And it's opening up the developers to be creative with that, and just using the AI technology to like speed things up and apply to all kind of thing, right? This is the kind of like AI technology that I see like value in. Like I've been thinking about it. I'm like, man, yeah, this is how you want to utilize AI technology. It's not to replace the jobs like that, you know, are like, oh, now the AI can create the digital content. No, it's still nice to have like creative people doing that stuff, right? But to take it further, right? It's like, this is the example, okay? When you had paintings, you only got one painting, right? Once you got a printer, you were able to print multiple of the same thing, right? Now, it doesn't mean the print is better than the painting. That's not the point. But it opens up the possibility to speed up that process where otherwise you might not have been able to, right? I think, and like I said, if we were to say, no, we don't want AI technology at all, then it's very likely you'll never see three-dimensional wraps for all weapons, right? Like a universal three-dimensional wrap, because it's just too costly to like produce something like that. It becomes unviable, right? Whereas if you apply the AI technology, suddenly this becomes viable, and it should also be like affordable for both customer and producer, right? So I think using AI technology to open up doors to further humanity as opposed to like replace it is a more interesting concept than what, like at the moment, I feel like AI technology, the scary part is we're seeing it often replace humanity and what it can do, as opposed to like provide it with the steps forward, you know? And I think that's the mistake corporations have been making. The implementation of AI technology has been very clearly a replacement for humans, like actual work, like, right? As opposed to an assistant to take that human's work and help them make it even better and even more valuable, quicker, and like I said, overall pushing the limits forward, right? While working with the humanity, like humans, right? And in this case, I feel like this is that kind of situation, right? Where if you utilize that AI technology mainly to resize and quickly fit it in these things, it opens up the developers to create interesting three-dimensional wraps and all, and take these kind of like digital systems further, faster, right? And you still maintain things, like instead of pulling back and saying, okay, now if we only had 10 guns, then we could do this, because then you're only like resizing 10 weapons. You can still have your 50 guns and hundreds of blueprints and stuff like that. As long as that technology is there, it'll still resize those three-dimensional wraps quickly, right? And this still leaves it open to like having blueprints and stuff. Three-dimensional wraps isn't going to be like a replacement to blueprints. It's just going to be something in addition to very cool looking blueprints. You can maybe throw a three-dimensional wrap around it, similar to the way you have camos that can kind of mix in well with a blueprint, right? When that happens, that's really exciting, right? It would be very exciting to be able to put a three-dimensional wrap around this blueprint now, and it resizes and fits, and it understands the blueprint also because of the smart technology that's being implemented on the fly, right? Like right now, it feels very limited. Like you want something like three-dimensional in barbed wire, it's locked to only like a blueprint, and you can't take it further than that, right? Why not both? If you utilize it, again, blueprints can still remain cool and effective, and the like, you know, creative aspect of humanity, right? But then you can add more to it, right? You can add more to it by creating this like three-dimensional wrap around it that's kind of catered to the blueprint or the weapon quickly and efficiently, because the AI technology knows and understands, right? So yeah, it's just something weird I was thinking about. I would definitely recommend, if you're interested in the bubble thing. I think I talked about it more in like the Bruin thing when I was explaining what I meant by that stuff. But yeah, I was just thinking, I was like, yeah, this is kind of the good way of utilizing AI technology, right? Like a lot of people talk about like dialogue and stuff like that, right? In like massive MMR like games, or like, you know, or whatever, role-playing games, right? Where like the main story, you want that to come from a human, right? Catered by a human that has a interesting vision. more than you want an AI trying to create that nonsense, right? Like, but then the base, like, you know, NPCs, right? The dialogue that is created by them, it wouldn't be a bad idea to use AI technology for them to just make the environment more alive, right? Yeah, there are people who do those dialogues and stuff like that. And again, it is like one of those tedious works, right? Where if they kind of just focused on the main story dialogue and allowed AI technology to like create that atmosphere of dialogue from the like non-story related NPCs and all to create the living environment, it could take like those open worlds so much further, right? And the same applies to something like this, a weapon thing, right? Yeah, people could be hired to do this kind of like tedious work where they're doing small adjustments here and there to make sure these universal wraps fit on every single weapon with every single build perfectly. So the barbed wire isn't going in front of your optic and not going in front of your hand, clipping into your hand and all that. But if you used AI to do that faster, we could see so much cooler like content. Again, ideally taking this something like that into a universal level that benefits not only the customers that are paying for like a wrap and being able to use it on everything, but also freeing up time for the developers to be very creative with what the wrap actually is and not having to worry about the tedious fitting of every single weapon, right? And like I said, by doing something like that, right, you can expect blueprints and all to go further, because now you're doing individual stuff that's cool. The blueprints need to be even better, right? They should be cooler, and more interesting. So it allows for just moving the whole system forward without actually like ruining people's jobs and lives where, you know. So yeah, I think you understand. I think AI technology, when utilized right, will help humanity like move forward without replacing them. When used wrong, it'll replace humanity. And I think that's what upsets a lot of people. It's how you're utilizing the AI technology and who exactly and what exactly is being replaced for what reasons, right? I think this has been like the case for like centuries, right? Like you have like factories and stuff like that did this, right? So it created like the whole industrial revolution, and even going up to nowadays, right? This has been the system. You start off slow with small, cool things and stuff. Then as you're scaling up and trying to get everyone access to it and make it affordable for everyone, there are elements that you need to use outside human, like outside the possibility of humans, right? Like machines, and now AI technology. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think once corporations understand that, and the utilization not to replace humanity but to aid them, and extremely like to be better and more efficient and offer more to everyone. I think the key is offering more so than just being efficient. As you get these systems working, if you can create something that is offering more to everyone, it becomes more exciting than scary. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. I really like this camo. I think you guys should grind it out if you haven't already. If you kind of just took a peek at it and you're not interested, you're missing out. The more I look, the more I enjoy. It's very cool. Yeah, there's always going to be a place for things like this also, right? Where it's not super crazy, kind of basic, but still appreciated and cool. This is really cool. That genuinely get like comic book vibes for the way the barbed wire is designed on it, which I'm sure was purposeful. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my old streams if you haven't already, and I will catch you later. Bye. Yeah, cool camo. I'm digging it, and it actually, the more I played with it, the more it grew on me, and the more I liked it and loved it.